Welcome to another 5-minute review. My name is Ben, and today we're going to be showcasing this Alfa Romeo 4C Launch Edition. This car is incredibly special to Alfa Romeo as a brand because it marked Alfa Romeo's return to the United States. And notably, it didn't have a V8, it didn't even have a 6-cylinder. This thing came with a 4-cylinder engine, and that's where the term 4C comes from. That engine makes only 240 horsepower. And I know what you might be thinking, oh, that's not a lot for a sports car. Well, consider the following. The chassis is made entirely from carbon fiber. That means the 4C ends up weighing about 150 pounds less overall than an equivalent ND Mazda Miata. And since the engine's in the back, you get more traction off the line than a Miata. 0 to 60 actually happens in just 4.2 seconds with launch control activated. Also, at the end of the day, we're talking about Alfa Romeo here. They make some of the most beautiful cars on the planet, and the bodywork just goes to show that fact. There's one huge thing that we need to talk about, and that is the size. The interior of this thing is small because the car itself is so small. You can see there's not really much room or anything over there for your passenger, let alone you, the driver. And then since this is basically an F1 style transmission, you have buttons for forward, reverse, and then there's no park here. It's just neutral. And then you have a physical handbrake to engage park. Before we get to the driving segment, I wanted to point out a few of my favorite design features. Alfa Romeos are very famous for having this 5 circular spoke pattern wheels. They're some of my absolute favorites in the industry. And then this car is also asymmetric. You have a transmission cooler on the left, and then on the right, there's not one. But now that we've talked about it, how is it actually like to drive? Let's see. All right, let's fire this thing up. It's very loud. All right, driving the 4C. So, right off the bat, this thing is actually super comfortable to drive. Although you do have stiff suspension here, it's very nice to be in here. It's not that bad of a deal. I've done road trips in 4Cs. My friend Nick has a 4C. It's on air suspension, wider offset wheels, a few other things. And it's very comfortable as long as you're not like 6'4" and have a bunch of stuff in the car. You should be just fine on a road trip. One thing this car does not do is long road trips. You cannot access the frunk. There's no space in there. It's full of all these gadgets and gizmos and mechanical things. I really love the way this exhaust sounds too. It's super nice. And when you're cruising around, we're doing like 30, 35 miles an hour right here. It's actually decently quiet. There's not a lot of drone. When you really get on it, you'll start to hear it more, like right now, going up a hill. But overall, really not bad. Also, going through the corners is a lot of fun in this thing. It handles them with ease. It's very much like a go-kart. When you hear somebody say, my car handles like a go-kart, it's on rails, this is one of those cars where that is the case. Where I'm about to merge onto, I don't have immediate access to a highway. I'm actually trying to return this car to its owner real quick. But we will go ahead and do like a 0 to 50 test, okay? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. That's 50. That's pretty good. This thing is awesome. Let me roll the window up so you can hear me. It gets up to speed in absolutely no time. And again, cruising around in this thing is super nice. It's a lot of fun, and they're very peppy cars. If you're looking at owning one, they're about $50,000 or so right now for a launch edition with low mileage like this one, which is actually like a decent value for the money. These cars really haven't depreciated all that much, if any, over the years, so it's a solid buy. Well, I hope you enjoyed this 5-minute review here. If you liked it, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And again, comment down below if there's something that I really truly missed. If I'm chiming into any 4C owners out there, let me know what you like about your 4C, because I really like to know. I appreciate you guys watching to the end. You take care, have a good one, and we'll see you in the next one. Later. This thing is so much fun.